Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. It is Friday. It is Friday. Hello. Good evening. Oh, Madam President, she I love. Good to see you. Hey, Leah. Hey, Greg. Hopefully, Greg is all right. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello. Can you hear me? Sound is okay. We're trying some things out a little different. Some other stuff today. So go ahead and get you all on. Let me see what we got. Leslie, good evening. Tommy, hello. Michelle, Sabrina, Janoris, hello. Rudell, hello. Hey, Christina, I'm loving your lives, Christina. Temple, I'm loving your lives. Hello, Andrea and Cynthia, Tony, Diana, thank you so much. Shauna, thank you. Elizabeth and Georgiana. Mother Odom, good to see you. Thank you so much for watching. Malik, peace back at you, my brother. Lynette, hello. Marquise, Teresa, hello. Love, Joy, and Anne, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll go ahead and let this get up a little bit, and then we will go from there. Tawana, hey Tawana, good to see you. Later. Thank you for joining us. And I think I said Tommy already. Thank you for coming on. Uh, Debbie, thank you. The sound is okay. Good to hear you. Joycette, thank you. Cheryl, thank you. Hello. Trade, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Narvia, thank you. Tiffany and Rhonda, Erica, Marva Gresham. Okay. Taylor and Picola, good to see you all. Uh, Sharon Taswell, hey Sharon. Vera, Latricia, Mardell. I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. Good to see you, Ann Allen Westbrook. Good to see you on as well. Um, and to the Butler family, to Sherry and Tiffany Butler. Good to see you all. Oh yeah, and to Shauna too. I'm waiting for my T-shirt. I haven't got my T-shirt yet. Darnell, hello, sir. Magali, thank you. Dee Dee, hello. Clint, good to see you. Una, hello. And Denise, Sandra, my brother Dave, Charlesetta, hello. And Lynette, my cousin Shonday, thank you for joining us. Uh, hey, Shay and Rose. And let's see. I'm trying to keep up with these as best I can. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up. Felicia, how you doing out there in California? Ashley, Denise, Alicia, hello. Delisa, Nelia, Katina, hello. While we waiting, hey Shakita, good to see you. Um, Ivernia, Chrissy, Marjorie, hey Marjorie, I posted that information. Jacqueline, hello. Missy, Arlene, Malik, thank you for noticing. Lasagna, Gab, good to see you, brother. Peace and love unto you, Annie and Jacqueline. Thank you for watching all the way from Marietta, Georgia. Linda, hello. Sarah, hello. Kathy and Shirley, Jacqueline, Sharonette, blessings to you as well. To Donna, and we're just waiting for the numbers to come up a little bit more, and we'll get started. Felicia, you got your shirt. I'm trying to get my shirt. I'm working on getting my shirt. Shanita, Chrissy. Hey, Chrissy, good to see you. Iris, hola, ¿cómo está? Anissa, Terry, Jamie, as well. You're saying increased volume. That's what I'm hearing, increased volume. Let me see if I can increase the volume. Don't make me mess this thing up. All right. Um, Talk a little louder. Okay, it says I'm too loud right now. So, again, we're trying to work all of this out. I will talk a little louder. Missy, thank you. Rose, thank you as well. Renee Rivers, hey Renee, good to see you. Carolyn, always good to see. Our superintendent, Dr. Ann Levette, thank you, ma'am, for being on with us today, and thank you for the work that you've been doing as well. Hey, James, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Let's see. So we'll get started. We're at 3:55. Chantel and Corral. Hey, Evangelist Brantley, good to see you. Tony, good to see you as well. Rebecca, I'm not going there. Hey, Latasha. Hey, Flynn Style, good to see you. Alicia, Erica, Gloria, Wayne. You say you could barely hear me. I'm trying to talk loud. Okay? I'm trying to talk a little loud. I don't want to scream, though. Sabrina, thank you for joining us. Good evening, Sandra. Miriam, thank you. Willie, all the way from Perry, Georgia. Thank you so much. Hey, Brenda, I need an appointment. We got to get together. Donna, hello. Crystal, good evening to you. Thank you all. Hey, Arlene, United House of Prayer. That's right. Is y'all cafe open? So let's see. Loto, Melissa, hello. And all of you. We'll go ahead and get started and get into this. And Priscilla, good to see you. Brooks, Candace, thank you. Eric, thank you for joining us. Denise, thank you. Gail, you said I sound great. Good to see you, my brother Eric Brack. Patricia, thank you. Tiona, hello. All right, so here we go. So a lot of things to talk about. Again, thank you so much for joining us. It's Friday, and this is what we've been doing. We call it Friday date night. I mean, for those of us that are stuck in the house, hey, Natasha, doing the right and responsible thing to do. This is kind of where we gather just for a couple of moments to discuss what's going on in the world and just have a little bit of dialogue about it. Let me first let me start in the beginning. Congratulating graduates again. Tomorrow, I'm speaking. Dr. Berry, good to see you. Leah, thank you. I'm speaking at Savannah State's virtual graduation. So congratulations to our graduates from Savannah State. We hail you, SSU, and Georgia Southern University. We thank you as well. Again, life is messed up sometimes. And obviously this is enormously unfair to you. But we learn to try to make lemonade out of lemons. It does not degrade, does not devalue your accomplishment anymore. Again, congratulations. I want to just thank you all. And really tell you, hey, I know Savannah State, they're going to do something later on, and they're going to give me more than 3 minutes to talk. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So wanted you to know that today, as you know, every Friday we take the moment to shout out people who are doing great things in the community. We've tried to use and shout out occupational classes. So this week, we are shouting out the media. Yeah, we're shouting out the media. In the age of 24-hour news, the reality is things move so fast that, you need the media. You need the way of making these stories, making things that are happening in the world come alive. And so I wanted to just salute the media. I mean, obviously, I'm out there. I see many of them out there. So I just want you to know the media. People give them a lot of flack, but we appreciate them for what they do. Again, the media from the days of Nellie Bly goes back of being the eyes of the world, the eyes of the public. The Constitution speaks to the freedom of the press. And so, we thank them for being able to do that, particularly those that do it responsibly. So thank you all so much to members of our media, not broadcasting, print, radio, digital. Thank you for all that you do, and we salute you today. Thank you so much. I want to deal a little bit about really what's on my heart, the elephant in the room for me right now, and so many people. And I'll just say what I have to say about it, and then essentially we'll move on. My mind is on Ahmaud Arbery. My mind is on his family. My mind is on the folks down in Glenn County, Georgia, who have now been thrust into the international spotlight for an incident of a young man who, by all accounts, was out jogging on February the 23rd and was, well, without speculating on what happened in between, ended up losing his life on that day. Lost his life by two men who apparently and allegedly tried to take the law into their own hands. One of them happened to be a former law enforcement officer. And they thought that this young man who was running was a suspect in some home robberies that had occurred in the area. Now, there's a couple of things I need to say to make sure that we're very clear about what is going on. The first thing is this, is that this event, this horrible event, did not happen in Brunswick, Georgia. And I just want to make sure that people understand that, because there's a point to be made about that. It happened, as I understand it, in unincorporated Glenn County. And you just want to make sure that if we're going to say it, we need to say where it happened. It happened in unincorporated Glenn County. Brunswick is a city in Glenn County, but it is the county seat, but it's not where the incident happened. And that's very important as we continue the discussion, because I'm very familiar with the city of Brunswick. I have a lot of good friends there. My friend and my frat brother is the mayor of Brunswick, a very good and conscientious man. And unfortunately, his city has gotten really the brunt of this bad press. So, I mean, we want to make sure when we say it, we say it correctly. So this happened in Glenn County, Georgia. It didn't happen in Brunswick. So as the story goes, the young man was taking a run or jog, or, semantics at this point. I mean, whatever it was, he was moving faster than a normal gait of walking, in some form of exercise, and was approached. Now, this happened on February the 23rd. And from that time, as I understand it, the district attorney in that area decided not to hear the case because he used to be an investigator. One of the people involved used to work or be affiliated in some way with the office, so they passed it on to somebody else, who then made some written declarations about this, and it was moved on to the district attorney of the Atlantic Circuit, which is adjacent to the Eastern Judicial Circuit, and that's right next to, it's just south of Savannah, so to speak. And from there on, some things started to move. The thing about it was, although this happened in February 23rd, the video of what happened did not come out until very, very recently. The video has always existed. The video has always existed. Nothing happened because they saw the video. Things happened because we saw the video. And people from around the world, of all races, colors, creeds, could look clearly and see two men with guns, to see at least 3 shots, and this young man fall and hit the ground. And then the question is, if the video was available, certainly there was probable cause to make an arrest. And why were these men freed? Why were they still free? And that is, I think, what caused the outrage. And so, as you know, the 2 gentlemen have been arrested. The next step in these things, their attorneys, you expect them to file bond petitions with the Superior Court in Glenn County. In this case, only a Superior Court judge can grant a bond in a murder case. Bond today was denied, and it should have been. And because there is a judicial emergency, the courts are hearing a bond request. And so the judge decided that they will be held, and I think that was an appropriate decision. Ultimately, the DA, Mr. Durden, wants to take the case to a grand jury. Currently, the state of Georgia is under what's called a judicial emergency order due to COVID-19. And they are basically saying, I think on May the 4th or so, the Georgia Supreme Court has extended that judicial emergency to at least June the 12th. And so all trials and grand juries are suspended through June the 12th. And so that's the earliest that the case can go before a grand jury, provided the emergency order is not extended and the GBI has completed its investigation. With all of that said, and again, I want to be clear, although I have eyes and I can see, and you have eyes and you can see, I want to be very clear, all of us, our system of justice has a presumption of innocence. And so therefore, for me, I'm going to allow the justice system to do what it's supposed to do. And so I'm going to wait and see. The interesting thing about that, just in my mind, this is just me speaking, we could have nail salons and barbershops and massage centers, bowling alleys, amusement parks, well, not amusement parks, movie theaters, and all that open, but the courts can't have grand jury. The courts are not having they're not resuming grand juries at least until June the 12th. But yet here we are on May the 9th, and we're still wide open. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. So that's concerning to me, but we'll continue, and I'm asking you all to continue to be in prayer for all of those involved, particularly this young man's family, and pray that that justice will be served. I think we have to make sure that the justice is served. And the eyes of the world are watching Glenn County. And again, for me publicly, if it happened here in Savannah, I'm going to allow the criminal justice system to do its job. And I just, the only interesting thing for me was that if the tape had not been released, then, you have a question. The only other question for me is that, this young man is three men around him, and who's the dude like driving the car? Somebody's actually driving a car, taking video while this is going on. They're just taking video, and it's like, well, where were you in terms of? Instead of doing that, here was an opportunity. You had three people, at least three people on one. And from what I saw, there was no indication that this young man had a weapon. But again, I want to allow, and I'm asking that you allow, the criminal justice system to do its job. Which is why it's important for people to serve on juries, because oftentimes people they scream about justice, but they don't want to serve on a jury. Well, that's why we need people on juries. To make sure that you have people on these juries that are able to evaluate and make those decisions. So, again, keep that family in your prayers. I got up this afternoon and I went and I ran my 2.23 miles. Well, I ran it and then I walked it real fast. I'm not gonna lie to you. I started off really, really good, and I started off running, and I got pretty good. But after that, I had to. I started walking real fast, so I ran some of it, and I walked some of it. But I got 2.3 in, and for me, that was symbolic in support of his family, in support of this young man. Again, a lot of young lives. A young life, a person of substance, a life that had meaning, taken away. So that's where I am about that. So, but I want to make sure, and I'm watching, and we're watching. And again, we're not going to presume anything. It's important that reasonable people that subscribe to a system of justice, and that we allow the system to do that which it does. But I'm just thinking that if you can go get your nail done and your hair cut, you should be able to have a grand jury to evaluate the facts and findings. I guess the only good news in this is that you have the GBI is conducting an investigation, and so it'll take them a little bit of time to do that. So we'll allow them the opportunity to conduct their investigation. So that's where we are in that. Stand by 1 second. I got to plug something up real quick. All right, and I'm back. I'm sorry. Found myself losing power here. So, all right. So, we're good to go. So, that's the deal with that. So, let's move on. COVID-19. Today, here in Chatham County, 291 confirmed cases. And it's still not going down. As a matter of fact, we're increasing. May 6th was probably our single worst day. We had 23 new cases in a day. And previously we had 21 new cases in a day. I do not want, and be very clear about this, I do not want to be the guy of doom and gloom. I do want and hope to be the person that continues to remind you of those things that are most important. This week, today, I've been around the city, and I'm seeing a lot of visitors coming back into our city, and we love our visitors. We take good care of them, but they're coming here because Georgia is open. And a lot of them that I've engaged in conversation has told me that they've come to Georgia because they come from states that are not yet open. Being a native New Yorker, I always am interested when New Yorkers come to town. And so I've run into a bunch of them that say, hey, nothing is open in New York. They can't get a meal in New York. And therefore, they came to Savannah. They're walking around without mask on, and that is a problem. I'm still asking you to stay in if you need to, if you must, if you have underlying health conditions. But we also realize the reality that businesses are open. They need your business, but on the other end of it, you have some choices to make. I would really suggest, and I'm asking you again, that if you're leaving your house, wear a mask. Wear a mask. And make sure you're exercising the best you can social distancing. I just think it's just the smartest thing to do. And to be honest with you, I would be very careful going into places that don't have any mask or their staff is not wearing any mask. I would be very careful about that. I've been talking with business leaders because obviously they're very concerned, and I am with them about how we get our economy going back. But I'm going to tell them, ultimately, we have to create ways for people to feel safe in your businesses. And how do we do that? Today, I went out and I toured Hunter Army Airfield again today to look at some of their phased in opening of their businesses. And as usual, the Rocket of Amon shouts out to the 3rd Infantry and Hunter Army Airfield. Again, an impressive display of some of the things I would like to see here in Savannah. For example, if you're at Hunter Army Airfield, if you're going into their commissary, if you're going into their PX, if you're going into their facilities, when you get to the door, before you go in, they have these stations where you're literally washing your hands with soap. You're washing your hands. And so then after you wash your hands, then you're allowed to go into the store. You cannot go into the store or the PX unless you have a mask on. You can't get your hair cut unless you have a mask on. And the person cutting your hair has a mask on. And they've cut the capacity of their barbershops where there are less people and there's not people sitting there waiting like we used to do. People are waiting outside and they're waiting under social distancing. And so we went into the commissary and we watched how they're doing this thing. And literally every staff member coming in there, they're doing temperature checks in the morning. They have masks on. They're wearing gloves. And after every single customer, they are wiping down the little thing, the little conveyor belt. Every single customer, they're wiping down the pen pad machine for your credit card after every single customer. We're going to have to do things in our community to give people the assurances that we're doing everything we can to keep people safe. So restaurants are open. I mean, we have to remove those condiments from tables, the salt and pepper shakers. I mean, we have to, and I love buffets more than anybody else. I live off buffets, but we have to be able to do things differently. We're still under a pandemic. We tested 3,700 people through the health department, the J.C. Lewis Primary Care Center in Curtis Cooper. But yet still, we know that people are able to be still. And I mean, I can't impress this on everyone enough. We're still not out of the woods. We're not. Because if we were, our numbers would be going down. They're not going down. And if I could pass an ordinance that everybody had to wear a mask, I would. And actually, I'm thinking about it. If I could find some way to do it, because we have to take control of this moment. And there are things that we cannot control. We cannot control the governor and his insistence that we open up, but we can control how we respond to this moment in time. With the prime directive of taking care of the most important person, which is you. Yes, you. You're the most important person. And we have to make sure we do all we can to keep you safe. But we can't want more for you than you want for yourselves. That means you need to wear a mask because things are not okay yet. Wear a mask. When I was doing my run through Forsyth Park, a lot of people out there, a lot of them not wearing a mask. Wear your mask. This is airborne. Wear your mask. Please. I need you to take that responsibility. If you don't have a mask, I will provide you a mask. I'm working with the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and I'm expecting to have in a couple of thousand masks to me within a week. And if you do not have a mask, we will provide you with masks because it's that important for you to keep your face covered as best you can to help to lessen the possibilities of you contracting it. It's important for you to wash your hands all of the time. Hand sanitizer is good if you're on the road, but the number one way of preventing it is washing your hands. And as for me, I'm not eating in a restaurant in which they don't have masks on. I think that's reasonable. We have to do things to keep people safe. We have to. And so for folks coming here, they need to be able to understand that here in Savannah, I mean, we love you. We're glad to have you here, but we want to be safe here. And if we model that type of behavior, then they model that type of behavior. We don't have to socially shame them to do it. This is what we do here in Savannah because we are following the science. And we recognize that the science says, the numbers say, that we are still in the midst of this pandemic. And the last figures came out that said nobody at this point, none of the states are have checked all the boxes. And there are states that, are going down, but we're not one of them. So I can't speak about anybody else, but I can speak for Savannah. I'm speaking to Savannah. If you don't live in Savannah, you do what you've been doing. But for those who live in Savannah, I'm asking you, please, when you leave the house, wear a mask. Cover your face. If you need a mask, we will get you a mask. Okay? So I want you to do that. And again, stay away from a bunch of folk. Okay? I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. Really, really hard. And I'm going to go into what else I wanted to talk about. Oh, and then also we've created something called Resilient Savannah. And Resilient Savannah is really is kind of where we're looking at the after this, the lessons that we've learned. How do we get better than we were? And so there's a resource guide on my page. Have all of y'all liked my page? I want you to like the page. Like the page, and then the guide is there. You can use it. It has federal, state, and local resources there. So, please, we want you to utilize that. It has phone numbers, websites, all that information. Please, take an opportunity to use that. What else? A couple other things. I forgot. Oh, wait. Let me show you. Right back. Hold up. Just wait 30 seconds. So, see, I got masks. You need masks. I got masks. And we got face coverings, and we'll help you get it. So, there is an election on June the 9th. It is the presidential preference and general primary. It is on June the 9th. The last day to register if you want to vote in this election is on Monday, May the 11th. Monday, May the 11th is the last day to register for this election if you want to vote in it. They are encouraging you due to COVID-19 to submit an absentee ballot. And you should have received an application in the mail from the state. You can complete it, and then you submit it. You could send it back via email, fax, mail, and you can even drop it off. So I want to make sure you know that. I have gotten in the mail my absentee ballot. So I'm going to fill it out. I haven't even opened it up yet, but this is my official absentee ballot. And if you want to know who I'm voting for, I'll tell you. But so I got mine. I'm going to fill it out, and I'm going to get it in. It's important for you. We don't know what status we're going to be in by June the 9th. It's easier just to go ahead, get your absentee ballot, and get it in. I've never voted by absentee ballot before, but I'm going to make sure to do it this time. Again, it's much easier this way because we don't know what social distancing and the lines, what that means. So I'm going to open my absentee ballot, and I'm going to vote. Make sure to vote. I want you to do that. If you have any questions, you can call the Chatham County Voter Registration Office. Their number is 790-1520. Somebody print that for me. Chatham County Voter Registration, 912-790-1520. 912-790-1520 is the number you can call. And any questions about the absentee ballot or the application, again, they say you can take a picture of it with your phone and you can send that in. So again, 912-790-1520 is the number to call. So want to make sure they're also creating a drop box at voter registration. So I want to make sure you know that. Okay. And if you have not already, want you to go ahead and do your census. I really appreciate y'all. Last week, y'all hit the census thing hard. I mean, people were saying, and I want you to do it again. I completed my census. What about you? And that's my 2020 census.gov. Go ahead and get that done. I think it's my 2020 census. Let me check, make sure. My 2020 census. My 2020 census.gov. Oops. Wait a minute. I thought I had it right. It's my, yes, my 2020 census.gov. It only takes a couple of minutes. I told you before, it only took me 4 minutes to do mine. For me and everybody in my house, I counted all these people in the house because we want to be counted. It needs to be done. Thank you. If you've done your census, I need you to recruit 10 people to get them. I want you personally to ask people. We ask people everything else. Let's ask them, have they completed their census? Please help me. Our numbers, I thought we were at 50%, but Pete Nichols told me we're not at 50%. We're a little below 50%. So I need your help to get Savannah over 50%. So please go ahead and get your census done. Please put a message out there. We need that. That is how we're counted to get money from the federal government. That's how we counted to get representation in Congress. That's how we're counted. And again, we can't use the information. No government can use it. And they hold it for like 73 years. So by the time your information is released, you're going to be sitting on Jesus' lap by the time that's all over. 73 years it takes. So my2020census.gov is the number, is the website you can go to. And again, let us get our numbers up. I'm trying really hard. We're like at 47.2 or 47.9. I need us to get to 50% here in Savannah. Please, we need, folks, we need Savannah to represent. I need us to represent the Seaport 912. Let us get it. My2020census.gov. And finally, before I go to questions and all, I just need to do a couple of shout outs. This week we celebrated nurses. Big shout outs and love to our nurses. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for keeping us safe, even at the expense of your own health. This was Nurses Week, so happy Nurses Week to all of our nurses. And if you know a nurse, take a moment and thank them for all that they do. And so thank you to all of our nurses for being so awesome. And particularly now, there are sometimes when we get to recognize just how important certain occupations are. And we have found out during these times we found out just how important nurses are. They are pulling it. And when I talk about nurses, I'm talking about folks that, nurses, nurses' aides, patient care techs. These are folks that are right there. They're doing the bedside thing. So to me, they're heroes. Thank you so much, nurses, for all that you do. And Savannah appreciates you for what you do. So big hug, big air hug to the nurses. And secondly, to teachers. This is National Teachers Week. And again, I think that we have gained, many parents have gained a new appreciation for teachers when they realized that homeschooling wasn't as easy as they thought it was. Oh, I could do that. No. Because your child, your child's a little different in school than they are when they're home. And so that energy and all of that interaction and all that, I know they're home eating you out of house and home, but now you really and should have an appreciation for teachers and what they've done. And I've been amazed and very happy and very gratified. And I think that Dr. Levette is still on. Hopefully she is. But teachers and education professionals from parapros all the way up, and I include them all, have found wonderful and unique ways to engage these young people, from Zoom classes to visiting houses. They've done parades going through neighborhoods. It's for professions like nurses and teachers and mayors and elected officials. If your heart is not in it, you're not going to be good. And so teachers and nurses, their heart is in what they do. And so it shows, and we appreciate you for what you do. So much love to our nurses. Another air hug for our nurses. For our teachers, and I appreciate you again. Hopefully this summer you'll have the opportunity to get a little bit of rest. Some teachers told me they've worked harder engaging young people in a longer period of time while they've been off than when they're actually in the classroom. Because it's really at that point about the individual commitment to making sure that young people get what they need to be prepared. So thank you. Everything I've learned in life, I've learned it from a teacher. And I could tell you that the teachers that gave me the most hell were the ones whose names I remember. The ones who let me do whatever I wanted to do, I don't even remember their names. But the ones who were on me, the ones who challenged me the most, those are the names that I remember. So if you are a nurse, or if you are a teacher, again, when I say nurse, inclusive of nurses' aides, patient care techs, if you're a teacher, including paraprofessionals and instructional personnel, just throw your name in there and say, whether you're a teacher or whether you're a nurse. Terry Mobley, I know, will say that she's an educator, and she's a Delta educator. So thank you. Hats off to you. And I won't be able to call all your names. Lakeisha was a teacher for 10 plus years. Thank you for what you do. And thanks from Rice Creek, Miss Harrison, Miss Duffy, and from Mercer, Mr. Brown, Miss Mitchell, Mrs. Simpson. Thank you. Yes, Miss Randolph says she loves her students, and I'm sure they love you. Maureen Walker, I know, is a great teacher. Thank you, Maureen. Neat Robinson is a paraprofessional. Erica Jenkins is a nurse. Thank you. I appreciate you. And to my big brother, Van, the School of Hard Knocks. I know you've been a professor at the School of Hard Knocks, so thank you for that. Professors are the same as well. Latika, thank you for what you do. Erica, the surgical technologist, thank you. Alicia, he says correction officer of the week. Okay, I didn't know that. Brooks, thank you. Maisha, thank you. Danielle, thank you. Rice Creek, Mary Ivy from right here at down the street. Carlena at Henderson for me. And I saw another name here. I missed it though. Thank you. If you don't hear it enough. Kathy is a parapro. Thank you so much again. It's so many of you, and I can't call all your names. But just thank you for who you are. Lynette is in her 20th year. Thank you. Dr. Webb is a great educator. And Heather, congratulations to you. 4th year medical student. So congratulations. Let's go ahead and get that thing done. This is your year. Get it done. But to all of you, thank you. Dr. Levette, thank you as well. And to all those teachers and all these nurses, again, I will be here all night thanking all of you, but I want to thank you. That's right. If you teach if you're in a daycare, that's fine too. Wherever you teach, whether it's from pre-K to the collegiate level, thank you very much. We appreciate you as well. And let's see, we appreciate you. Mardell, thank you so much. Valerie, patient care tech, thank you. Rashad, it's National Transportation Week. Thank you, Rashad, for what you do. Mary Banner, the PCT at St. Joseph, thank you as well. Again, we appreciate you. Madam Mayor is on here. Edna Jackson, good to see you. She has been someone who has touched my life since I've known her, and she has taught me a whole lot. So, Madam Mayor, thank you as well. Happy Teachers Week to you as well. Everybody knows you're a teacher. A second-year paraprofessional for me. Thank you, Sharonda. And Tammy and OC and Head Start, yes, Head Start as well. So congratulations to all of you. And again, daycare professionals, thank you very much. We want to thank you Thank you, thank you, thank you. And finally, before I take some questions, again, I promise not to take too much of your time because we're almost at an hour. Um, Mother's Day is on Sunday. Mother's Day is the best time of the year for some people. It is also a very difficult time for many people. I want to wish all of our mothers, our new mothers, our grandmothers, our big mamas, our foster mamas, our step mamas, mommies, mamas, mas. I want to, and those were mothering spirits. There are people out there who have never birthed a child, but yet they are still a mother nonetheless. Thank you for what you do, mothers. To all of those mothers, we love you and we appreciate you. And to those folks who have lost mothers, I'm certainly that this is still a very difficult time for you, and so you're in our thoughts and in our prayers as we remember your beloved mother, grandmother, and those that are important to you. This year, things are going to be different. You can't show love the way you used to show love. You can't show up at mama's house like you used to, or grandma's house like you used to. They don't need to see you because, again, we're social distancing. So what you do is you issue mom, mommy, grandma, big mama, mom, mommy, an IOU, and do something unique for them to show your love. Besides, we shouldn't be waiting until Mother's Day to show our love anyway. So, again, let's not do that. Please, let us be the example. We know you want to see your mom, and I know somebody's going to tell me, I don't care what you say. I'm going to be with my mama. If you love your mama, stay away from your mama. Okay? Particularly if your mom is of a certain age. We want to make sure that mama and mommies remain safe. So find ways to do that. Tell your mama that you love her. Tell her you care about her. Tell those mothering figures in your life that they're special to you. Promise to make it up to them. And we want you to be able to do that. So please consider doing that. And, we'll make sure that we're going to be safe. And then we'll make it up to them. We will make it up. And certainly I have to give big shout outs to the love of my life, my mother, Cynthia Johnson. And as much as I usually am or try to be in Brooklyn this time of the year, because I love my mama, I'm not going to see my mama. And I love my mama. But I'm not going to see her. I'm not. First of all, I'm not going to New York. And secondly, I'm not going to put her or my father in a situation in which, they can become infected with COVID. I mean, I love my mama that much. So I'm going to call her and tell her I love her. I'm going to send her a picture of me. And, and I'll give her IOU. And as soon as this is over, as soon as it's safe to do so, I'll come and hang out with my mama. And I want you to do the same thing. So to my mother and to my grandmother in Connecticut, and to my aunts and my cousins and all of my friends and all of you that are mothers, happy Mother's Day. My sisters, all who are mothers, happy Mother's Day to all of you as well. So we'll take a couple of questions, see what's going on, and then we'll go ahead and let you get on your way. And so you know what happens when we get with that. The questions come on. Magali says Brooklyn. Yeah, right. Yeah, Brooklyn, Brownsville. What? So, let's see. Yes, Terry, your mama was the truth. I loved your mama, Terry. I loved your mama. That's right. Let's see. So what else we got? Let's talk just a little bit about that. Now, hair salons and beauty salons and all that stuff is open, but the unemployment office is still not open. Go figure. I am expecting to have conversations with Mark Butler, who is the Commissioner of Labor, who has indicated that they have been overwhelmed. And so we're going to work with them and continue to work with them to make sure that people are hearing from them. Again, I think this is more than they would have ever expected to receive in terms of people receiving or trying to get unemployment insurance. So let's see. Frenchie Bonds. Hey, I was actually at Laurel Grove today. I saw, paid my respects to your mama today at Laurel Grove, Frenchie. Let me see. Happy Mother's Day. Let's see. Who else? Let's see what you're saying. Let's see. So the tag office drive-through. I don't know anything about the tag office drive-through, but I'll find out and I'll post it. Joan, right now, again, we probably won't resume trash pickup probably until June. Again, we're going to make sure we keep our employees safe. This is still serious, and we're trying to keep people separated. So, Todd, you from Brownsville? All right. Vita, thank you. Good to see Robin all the way from Kansas City. Thank you. Hey, Jareen. Let me see. Teresa says, do we have to wear a mask even when sitting outside? If you're sitting outside by yourself, I think you should be fine. If you're sitting out there and people are around, I mean, I'm wearing a mask. Okay, Chatham County, the staff at DOL is working hard to do those things. Let me see. Terry, I cannot help with the unemployment claim processing. It's not a city function. Amy, oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Stacy says there is a drop-off box. Let's see. Paula, good to see you. Everything is well. Tara, I'm laughing at you. Cynthia, how many deaths in Savannah due to the virus? We don't know. Well, we kind of have an idea how many deaths in Savannah. I don't know if I can release that. We have 12 deaths in Chatham County. That's 12 deaths that I'm familiar with. Let's see. Oh, Glenda Ernestine Jones was an absolute jewel, and I miss her. Danielle, hello from Dallas. Good to see you. Yes. They again. Brenda, we messed that up. I mean, I think we underestimated how long it was going to take to pick up trash, and so what ended up happening was, we're behind. So we're coming around. We'll make it behind. We want you to know that. Amanda says, "What's my favorite color?" My favorite color is black. It's really not a color; it's a base. Rob Bass, good to see you. Is there anything we can do in Chatham County to overturn this governor's incompetence? He's trying to kill us. No comment. There's nothing we can do. Nothing we could do. Shop Praying Hands Creations for all your kids' soap during the COVID-19. So if you want kids' soap, Praying Hands is on here, and she can get you some wonderful soap. That's right. Michael O'Neill, say hello at early Mother's Day at Parent University. You start at 10:30. Michael, send me a text offline about this. Cerise, hey, good to see you. And again, I know you lost your mom within the last month or so, so God bless you. I know this time is going to be difficult to you, but know that we're thinking about you, okay? Cerise, good to see you. Thank you for coming on. Yvonne, what did you miss? You missed everything. You missed it all. We talked about some good stuff. Vanice, hello from Washington. Thank you so much. Rochelle, is anything being done to help the homeless? The answer is yes. Again, we're trying to create some homeless housing. To be honest with you, there are there's a lot of homeless. There are more homeless than we can get resources for quickly. And I think the issue is that first of all, the city of Savannah is the only municipality really putting any money into homelessness. Nobody else is putting money into homelessness. If we're serious about being the beloved community that we say we are, if we're serious about helping our fellow man, if we're serious about being that Samaritan on the side of the road, we need every municipality in this county, and to include the county, to put money into homelessness. And not only the chronic homelessness, but also the transitionally homeless. And then we need every person here when we're trying to do things in various communities, because there are people, I help the homeless, just not in my neighborhood. And we have to stop that type of thinking, that NIMBY, not in my backyard type of deal. We have to create ways for people to be okay. You asked, there was a question about people losing their jobs. Again, a lot of employers laying off people. How do I feel about it? I feel horrible about it. It is horrible. This pandemic has created situations that people did not think that they were in. What can I do about it? Not much. And I'm just being honest. That is why I am not totally against businesses opening up, but I am insistent that businesses are safe. Because if we don't open businesses up at some point, some of these businesses will not survive, and these folks will not have a job to come back to. So, what else? Under circumstances, much rather look at the debris for the city, be careless, right? Let me see. I'm trying to get to you. Mayor Sam, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Sam, thank you. Lynn, good to see you, Miss Lynn. What does the money for the homeless go to? Homes? It goes to a variety of things. It goes to food. It goes to, and actually we fund salaries of people to do that. And we pay what's called a homeless authority. Audrey, you lost your job after 28 years. I am so sorry to hear that. And a list of restaurants. I will point that as well. Danielle says Dallas is furloughing 500 employees. Right now, we are not furloughing anybody. We have not laid anybody off, and we're doing our best to make sure that the city of Savannah does not lay anybody off. Right now, we're okay. If it lasts for a much longer time, we're going to have to start talking about some things. We have implemented some cost-cutting measures. Again, that only holds us for a certain period of time. So, let me see what else we got. Wash stations, right? Let's see. Michael, God bless you. Thank you as well. And yeah, Valerie, actually, Parent University has done better than they've done before. Hey, Nisi, happy Mother's Day to you. And much love for OG. God bless her. So let's see. People are homeless because they don't want jobs is not okay. That's not everybody. Some people are homeless because life has happened. And Marjorie, this is a good commercial. I said it earlier. Marjorie Young from Carriage Trade PR. It's called SCORE, SCORE. Karen, thank you. SCORE. They can help you start a business, so we'll have information about that. Linda, we love you too. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sam, I don't know when the Foxy Loxy happens. Isaac Lakeisha Leach Cooper, yes, we did. We caught your niece's killer, and I hope again for the DeVoe family. I was so excited to hear that, and I hope that they will do the right thing. Linda, thank you. When you wear your mask and you're wearing gloves and stuff, don't throw them in the trash. Okay. Sky Holt says that she can make masks. Rachel, some of the hotels are opening as well. You feel me? You have the right amount of caffeine. Heart, Mexican coffee can be hitting. I don't know what that's about. I want people that have lost their jobs because of the virus. Jessica, I want to help them. Hey, Stephanie, I'm doing well. Yeah, Josette, we're still not doing large events. We've asked churches to remain closed. Yes, Rochelle. What I'll do is, Mike, if you can inbox me the information for Parent University, we will go ahead. Hey, Denise from Ohio, good to see you. Mike, if you could send me that information, what we'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll post that tonight. Pastor Candace Harnett, congratulations on your master's in divinity. We have always known you were a master in divinity, so congratulations to you. Hey, Candy, good to see you as well. And again, to folks who have lost their jobs, we really are hurting. So, Tamika or Michael, help me. Get me that information. Inbox it to me, and I'll post it tonight. Ryan, you're out of work. How can you help me in the city? Ryan, you are a man of many talents. Let's figure out a way to get you to help. Okay. Maureen, I'm getting ready to go too. Elder, good to see you. Ryan, you want to volunteer? Call 211 is a better way to do it. 211. 211. Christopher, my middle name is not Morrison. Cynthia, good to see you. If you want to volunteer, I want you to call 211, tell me you want to volunteer, and we're going to need some opportunities to help volunteer. As a matter of fact, I would want some folks at some centers just putting hand sanitizers in people's hands and helping me give out some of these masks. So, call them, tell them, I'll have them make a list, tell me you want to volunteer. I told you to call and volunteer for the city of Savannah, and when we get these masks in, we'll help you. If you want to volunteer and help me, let's get these masks out. Let's help people who need help. Let's go shopping for some folks who need to go shopping. Let's find ways to help and be a blessing to people, okay? Employability let 20 people go, and I'm sorry to hear that as well. Mike, thank you so much. And again, we don't want to have churches right now. 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 So anyway, will I be streaming live offering? Sam, we do this every Friday. We call it Friday Night Live, and I want to thank you all right now. Again, I appreciate you all, and I appreciate you all staying in there with me. Keep me in your prayers. Again, I will tell you that it's a little difficult. It's a little rough, but again, I have faith that it's going to work out, even if I don't know how it's going to work out. And I keep telling myself that, and I hope you tell yourself that. There's going to be an after this. COVID-19 will not be the end of me. COVID-19 won't be the end of you. COVID-19 will not be the end of Savannah. If we keep the faith and if we follow the science, if we realize that we are bigger and there is someone bigger than you and I, if we realize that again, we have to, when storms come, we have to hunker down. We have to change our lifestyles a little bit, but the storm will pass. Trouble does not last always. It does not. And Savannah is blessed enough to have the type of economy that if we're able to stay safe, we could put ourselves in a situation where we'll do everything we can to get people back to work, to get our businesses back functioning. And I have some announcements about that coming up soon. So again, I'm excited about what that means, and I'm excited that we're going to be better than we ever were before. And COVID-19 is going to be a footprint in what we've overcome. And from the test of COVID-19, we're going to have a testimony, and we're going to talk about how we made it over here in Savannah, Georgia, how we were able to take better care of people, how we were able to become more loving and more kind, how we will be able to care for our neighbors, how we were able to take care of our homeless, how we were able to help feed people. We're going to be able to do it. And I'm confident, and I wake up every day ready to see how we make that happen. So big shouts out to the great Dawn Baker. Always good to see her on the broadcast. A lot more people watch her than watch me. But anyway, tomorrow morning, a couple of things I want you to do. One, like my page, like the page. Two, share this video. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock a.m., I'll be doing my Saturday morning weekly update. Please share that as well. And do your census. Get 10 people to do the census. Fill out your your absentee ballot, or fill out your application for that, like I have mine. Go ahead and vote. Again, you want to know who I'm voting for? I'll tell you later on. So, but again, want you to be a part of the process. All right? So, God bless you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Again, I'm gratified. With 500 people hung out with us. We're going to be fine, and we're going to get through this together. So good night, and I will see you soon. God bless.